And we are back. Appreciate y'all tapping in with us on this post-Super Bowl Doing All Right draft edition. Voch Lombardi and Bryan Broaddus here at Crown Global Media Studios. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Here. Feels good. It's been hot lately, Bryan. Boy, it was just freezing, man. You know what I'm saying? Got the short sleeves back on, Bryan. Got some stuff to talk about today. We got 5 players today because it's Monday.
You do.
I think there's going to be an extended conversation about 3 of them.
We're getting to that point, aren't we?
I got a hell of a player comparison for 2 of them.
Oh, you brought the fight.
Yeah, I got.
You brought the fight.
I got a player comparison.
All right.
But it's cool. We'll talk about it. In Cowboy news, before we get into that, Ian Rappaport walked his little ass around with his phone, throwing around scenarios. I don't think this came from no sources or nothing, Bryan Broaddus.
Sure.
Sometimes people can, if they have information, to make themselves seem a little smarter. We do it all the time. Like they'll hear a possibility, and then they'll come out and say, well, it's possible that.
Yeah. The word possible gets used a lot.
Or it's possible to bail your ass out of
it will. Stuff. Yeah.
Bryan, but Cowboy.
Keep an eye on.
Keep an eye on.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not saying this is official, but I feel like.
Yeah.
Bryan, Cowboy Nation was kind of in a tizzy because while the Super Bowl was going on and we weren't playing in it, Ian Rappaport had alluded to the idea that Cowboys are tagging George Pickens. Fine, cool. We knew that. Per Doing All Right podcast, we told you that. But he says that there's a possibility because the Cowboys have a history of trading their players for high compensation. That's the one guy, whatever. That George Pickens could be tagged and traded. I think if there's not a lot of stuff to talk about, that's some of the things that you could say just to kind of talk about stuff. It's Super Bowl. You should talk about the Super Bowl, but whatever. Yeah. I think this is also we're in the territory of the Joneses, public negotiation tactics and all this kind of stuff, Bryan Broaddus. So I don't believe nothing until it happens.
Yeah.
I don't believe nothing until Nick Harris and Todd Archer and them talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I just really don't get into it if Rappaport and them. If it ain't come from the Golden Phone too, Bryan, that's another one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The whole Guyton news kind of got y'all on train with that. I don't believe nothing unless it come from one of our people.
It's back.
Bryan, you ain't asked nobody about nothing. You ain't hear about nothing. You don't know nothing. Like what you think of this Pickens trade possibility after the tag, Bryan?
You know what? It's interesting. The first that I'd heard about it too, you talk about Rappaport, but also heard about it from Adam Schefter. And I actually have a relationship. And actually I got 2 things for you today.
Damn.
Because the Golden Phone just beeped while you were going into that situation. Because we'll get into Micah Parsons in Philadelphia.
Okay.
We'll get into that one too.
Got more.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is I did talk to Adam Schefter, and he was pretty confident that the Cowboys were going to tag George Pickens, and then they were going to work from there. I talked to some people in the organization, and I said, hey, listen, have you guys come to the realization of maybe doing this? Maybe is there going to be a tag situation? And the message that I got was we're working on a lot of things right now. There's a lot of things going on. So that just told me, okay, well, they didn't shut it down. If it was one of those times where I'd asked the question and said, hey, are you going to tag George Pickens? And I was left on red or wasn't responded to, then I would know that, hey, this is something you need to kind of keep an eye on. But the response that I got back was, hey, we're working on a lot of things right now. And I said, okay, that's fine. Voch, let me give you a reason why I think maybe if they're working on a lot of things and this happens to be one of them,
sure,
what I think they're doing here.
Whoa.
We're about to run into the combine.
Yeah.
We're about to have where the whole NFL world joins together in Indianapolis, Indiana for a week. And Jerry and Steven are going to take that bus that was parked out there in California at the Super Bowl, and they're going to drive it all the way across the country to Indianapolis. And they're going to park that bus right next to their hotel. And that's where they operate from. That's where they do business from. That's where agents come in, players, celebrities, whoever. They meet on that bus and talk about various things that, maybe it's to work on contracts, but they take that opportunity to do legitimate business at the combine. You know, we got the tampering period coming up too, where, you know, you could start to talk to some agents about players. I think there's a lot of tampering already going on at this time, by the time we get there. So if in fact we're to that point where they're going to tag and they're looking to, well, then this is where the general managers, the owners, the presidents, others get on that bus, and then they have full-blown discussions about that. Yeah. Do I think it's going to be something where they trade him? I have my doubts. Yeah. Do I think they're going to tag him? I think there's a possibility. I think they would like to tag him, but then work out some kind of contract. I think we'd all like to work that out right now, but they might be setting it up, throwing the chum in the water right now to try and see if there is really any interest in George Pickens on a tag and trade situation.
So you would say that the Cowboys' priority is to sign and retain him, but they're open to listen.
I think they're open to
if somebody gives us a stupid deal that we can't walk away from, that's the time where we give you an opportunity to come in and say something.
Let me circle back then, because I could tie these two together now with the Micah Parsons thing.
Please.
Okay, Micah Parsons on his podcast this past week at the Super Bowl and was talking about a possibility of him going to Philadelphia and them being traded for Jalen Carter and then a couple of first-round picks and all that. Talking to some people in the organization, they said Philadelphia did ask us about the possibility of the trade, and we quickly said no. So Dallas shut it down before it had any real legs to have any momentum, and Micah was making it talking like it was close. Yeah. People at the Cowboys, now listen, whoever you want to believe, you can believe Micah or you could believe, maybe my sources at the Cowboys who are involved in this stuff.
The sources.
And they are telling me that Philadelphia and Dallas did have discussions, but Dallas quickly said no. Then we heard about the trade parameters with Green Bay that you could not trade to Philadelphia. We heard that. Was that a possibility and stuff like that? So, all these things are kind of in the wind, but Micah making it sound like that the deal done or that was going to be done to Philadelphia was close, that to me is not a factual statement right there.
Sure. It was probably closer to the Cowboys called a couple teams and said, hey, Carolina, we want 2 picks and Derrick Brown.
Yeah.
Hey, Packers, we want 2 picks and Kenny Clark.
Right.
We want 2 picks and Quentin Williams, Jets, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Right. 2 picks and Jalen, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we knew that a tackle the Joneses wanted a tackle, a part of the trade deal.
Right.
So I would assume that Micah probably heard that part from somebody within, the Cowboys called and they wanted 2 ones and Jalen Carter. And maybe in Micah's mind that meant that they were close, but in real life, that's what the deal was for a lot of teams, which is why Dallas walked away with Clark.
Dallas clearly did not want to deal him to Philadelphia. Sure. And Philadelphia, in fact, there were conversations. I think that's where Micah Parsons is very accurate here. But was it something that Dallas was pursuing with the Eagles? I don't think that's factual at all. I think where Dallas was, we'll entertain your call, but thank you very much, Howie. We're going in a different direction here. So, the George Pickens things, keep an eye on. We'll see if in fact Dallas is putting that out there. The thing that makes me interested in this whole thing is what we talked about on our show a couple of shows ago about with Jay Glazer and Jay Glazer's silence. I'm not going to call it awkward silence because I think he did it in a really reflective moment of...
He was uncertain.
Yeah. He was uncertain. So I would say that I tend to side more with what Jay Glazer is saying than maybe what Adam's saying and maybe what Ian Rappaport's saying or what they're putting out there right now.
I think at the end of the day, Pickens will be a Cowboy. I like that the Joneses are open to listen.
Yes.
Because, if it's at the end of the combine period, right? That's not a long time from now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So if this thing is pushed back a couple more weeks, then fine, cool. I think we would all be upset if they signed Pickens now and then we find out a year later, oh, man, Vegas would have gave you 3 ones and Max Crosby. You know what I mean? Like, damn, dog, take them ones and man's cry. But I think they're just giving they're giving teams an opportunity to shoot their shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Pickens is a Cowboy. I think that's the right thing to do. I think if you ask both the Joneses, they both would like to have Pickens back. They may be unsure about what the process looks like,
Right.
Or what the conversation is going to be, or the fight with the agent is going to be like. But I think at the end of the day, they want Pickens to be a Cowboy.
I do. I agree with you on that.
Yeah. Man, Brian. The Seahawks won the Super Bowl, by the way. I mean, I ain't got nothing to say much about that besides
Let me ask you this.
I just kind of want to build some defense, please.
If you could, just in a thought, as you were watching the game, were you trying to kind of figure out, we knew Dallas's defense probably wasn't going to do anything to help you in that game.
Correct.
Were you watching how maybe Dallas's offense could have attacked Seattle?
Brian.
I know one thing. I don't think I would allow the slot blitz to be something that would have killed me in a game.
Both defenses, Brian, I was just watching both to see how – I was actually thinking this about – that's a fantastic question. I think the Cowboys offense would have had a cool little day versus both defenses.
Right.
Because both things that they did were they tried to limit Sam Darnold and Drake May.
Yeah.
Sam ended up a little better than Drake because Sam got like the veteran stuff. So, all right, I've seen this blitz a couple times. I know I know how to step around and navigate and get a throwaway quickly.
And by the way, real quick,
please.
I understand it in Dallas trying to beat Seattle to get it in the championship game to get the Super Bowl and then deal with it.
Of course, we just talk matchup wise.
Yeah, but Seattle and Dallas will play.
How does the Cowboys fare against these Super Bowl champions?
Exactly. I
totally get where you're coming from. And Brian, I feel like the scheme that they ran out there, there's no way they could have done that versus Dallas. They loaded the box on Drake, and they kind of dared Drake to throw a little bit, but Drake kind of got blitzed and held the ball.
He did. He held the ball incredibly long.
If it's Cowboys, I'm just throwing that shit.
Yeah.
I'm throwing that thing to Pickens.
Yeah.
It was a lot of too high shell from Seattle.
Yeah.
Man, but I don't think New England had a good feel for how to deal with the middle of that. To where if you the Cowboys, we throw seams all day at too high.
Would Dallas's offensive line been a problem in that game then?
Brian,
we understand the rookie tackle was difficult for that left side.
I was talking to Will Steele and Flister King about this. Brian, ain't no way Tyler Guyton would have been as bad as Will Campbell.
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
Yeah. Or you help him, right?
I learned something a little bit, bro. I ain't not learned nothing new, but it's like I think a lot of people feel like you have to address tackle to make it to a Super Bowl.
Right.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think you're just fine with the guys that you got. I think
on the right side even?
I think Terrence Steele will take you right where you need to go.
Okay.
I think Terrence Steele will take you right where it won't be pretty, but it's things you can do to deal with Terrence Steele. I'm not taking none of the money away from the defense.
Yeah.
Just because you want to address right tackle.
Yeah.
I think you can live with Terrence Steele at right tackle. Now, you probably should have helped Will Campbell.
Yeah.
You probably could have chipped a little bit earlier. Drake May could have got rid of damn football, Brian.
Yeah.
It's things that our quarterback has done in recent campaigns this year. If it's bad tackle play, he knows what to do with bad tackle play. Drake May just doesn't.
He could avoid. He could throw the hots. He could do the stuff he needs to do.
Brian, they walked Witherspoon down.
I know, it's crazy.
And they didn't even make it look. They didn't even disguise it.
Yeah.
Drake May just didn't see it.
Yeah.
And he just didn't set the his play side.
Front side, yeah.
He like what we're saying is if he drops back right, they walk Witherspoon to his right. A lot of teams
can see it.
A lot of teams would do like fire blitzes, right?
Yeah.
Where they blitz the backside. If I'm looking right, they're trying to blindside you. They walked Witherspoon in front. They'll never do Dak like that.
Yeah.
They'll never do Dak like that.
You show him the blitz, he's going to hit the guy.
Excuse me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, Brian, so how I feel is I think your offense is good to go. And your offense was good to go with Terrence Steele and Tyler Guyton. Yeah. It was good to go. Yeah. It was good to go with your guards, with your backup guards, Hoffman and Bass. I don't want to put no resource into that offense, but Brian, I'm phony. I'm phony, Brian. I said, "Damn, boy, let me look up the exact number Sam Darnold threw for. Hold on, wait, let's talk about Seahawks. I want to look up the exact number that Sam Darnold threw for because I'm about to make a real quick comparison right here, Brian. All right, cool. We got players. Sam Darnold threw for 202 yards. That's fine.
Yeah.
Kenny Walker got 27 carries for 135 yards.
Yeah.
And one got called back. It should have been like 180.
Yeah.
Brian, go get me Jeremiah Love.
Oh, I know.
And we could go run this damn football into the promised land and go be fine. I think another issue is that the Patriots didn't get the run game going.
Never did.
The Seahawks,
They never got into rhythm at their offense. Never got into rhythm yesterday.
one thing that opened it up for the Patriots at the end of the game was the deep shots.
Yeah.
So when you throw the ball deep, it kind of made them respect the deep ball
Right.
because they scored on it in
But
two
the
plays.
quarterback just couldn't get it. He would hold the ball, and maybe they were trying to get the ball down the field, and he couldn't get it down the field.
Brian, they just started throwing it down there, and it resulted in some picks. So it didn't all the way work out.
yeah.
But Brian, Sam didn't have to be a hero here. Sam was 19 for 38.
Right.
He didn't have to be a hero here because Kenny Walker was 27 for 135. He should have been 28 for 180.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
So I ain't trying to put resources into offense in that way. I think Javonte Williams.
If you were to add an offensive player, you wouldn't add a right tackle. You'd add the running back.
If I had to draft,
Yeah.
I'm drafting a running back. If I had to draft, I'm not even thinking about drafting an offensive tackle, Brian. I can live with Terrence Steele. I think that running back makes a difference. Here's one last point, then we're going to talk about some draft,
wait.
Brian. Please.
Mawanoa, Miami.
Uh-huh.
Love, Notre Dame.
Jeremiah Love is going to be higher on my board. He's going to be higher on my board. And look, let me tell you why I don't.
I appreciate what you're doing right now.
And let me tell you why, Brian.
I really do. As an old guy who loves the running game and loves running backs.
I'm taking that running back. That running back.
That is
better.
not a modern thought right there.
It's a couple pass rushes that's better than him, so the value stuff adds up in that way.
Yeah.
But if it's Voch, would you take Fano or Jeremiah Love? I'm taking Jeremiah Love over Fano, over the wide receivers. I'm taking Jeremiah Love. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Wow.
But one last Cowboy point. Both these teams flip these defenses with outside help. You know what I'm saying? I saw this one thing that the Seahawks only drafted 4 starters on defense. It was the tackle, the corner, the safety, and like one other cat or whatever, linebacker or something. Everybody else was just outside help. We all know New England totally flipped
30 players.
their defense. 30
30 first year players with a club.
Brian, the Joneses have to be aggressive
Yeah.
in free agency.
There's no question.
have
After
to be
watching that, you
aggressive.
have to.
You've seen 2 teams totally flip what they do in a short amount of time by being super aggressive and going to get outside help. I see a lot of people talk about the future, right? Like you should draft because of the future. I think the Cowboys have drafted long enough to where they have a core. Like 488,
Now go supplement it.
soon to be 3,
yeah.
7, like your whole offensive
Yeah.
line, your guards or whatever, your 3 D tackles, one of your corners, that's your core. One of your linebackers, that's your core.
Right.
Those are guys that's going to be around. Now it's time to add help to them guys.
God, how could you not, if you're Jerry Jones, how could you not sit there and watch that
Yeah.
and think, okay, yeah, we absolutely have to turn this thing over that way.
Yeah.
And I think they will.
Yeah, they will.
I think
they have
they
to.
will.
They have to.
If they
see that.
don't, we might as well just take Crown Global Media off the air.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go back to Pizza Hut or something.
I'm gonna go do something else in my life. I'm gonna be a chef somewhere.
Yeah, I'm just
Cook crawfish for a living.
yeah, I'm just gonna retire, Brian. But yeah, good talk, Brian.
Yeah.
I'm taking the running backs. I'm signing Pickens. Go get defense. Everything else.
I like it. So whenever time I have to think about a situation of would you rather, I have to include Love.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be phony sometimes, but I'm taking Love over every other offensive player.
Top 4 stack on your board potentially.
4 or 5.
Yeah, okay.
4 or 5. It's probably gonna look something like, no order right now. It's gonna look something like Reese, Bain, Downs, Love, and
God, you'd love any one of those guys, wouldn't you?
any one of them. And maybe like, I think Jermon McCoy is a top 5 dude in this draft too. He just got the knee stuff.
Boy, I tell you what, though, I noticed a lot of our fans on when I go in and check after our shows in the comments, we always talk about McCoy and stuff like that and where you and I have him. And I know a lot of fans are they do not want to take the corner that has an injury or had an injury.
All right.
They just don't. I mean, they just don't. And I'll tell you what, I think it goes back to what happened last year. With Rebel. I think. But let me tell you what, I do believe that McCoy is going to work out for you.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you're going to see him at pro days and combines and stuff like that to be able. You'll get an idea that his health is okay.
Yeah. Bryan, I'm going to scramble the order a little bit.
All right.
Of the list I gave you. Same 5 guys. I'm just going to scramble the order. Let's kick it off with Darrell Jackson.
Okay.
Defensive tackle from Florida.
Gotcha, the one technique.
Florida State, the one technique. Yeah. That's a good looking athlete, ain't it, Bryan Broaddus?
Really is.
That's a good looking boy.
Really is.
That's a good looking player, huh, Bryan? I say, damn, boy, that's you.
Yeah.
Big as hell, Bryan Broaddus. Got
6'5", 337.
Damn, boy, that's a big old boy.
Yeah.
Long arms, Bryan. You could just see him standing up his fingertips touching his knees, Bryan. I think he's another quick for his size guy, Bryan.
Okay.
I think he's another quick for his size. More so, a lot of his quickness come from like his hand fighting, short area stuff.
Yep.
He got this swiping club where he comes off the line of scrimmage real fast and swipe down on guys, Bryan. He's strong as all get out.
He is.
You can see him punch guys and they necks start flying back and he extends on them, Bryan. I still want him to look around and get that running back while he's stacking the shedding guys real good. I want him to look.
Your awareness.
I want him to find those guys.
Yep.
But as far as him physically versus offensive lineman, he's whooping feet, Bryan. He moves the combos or whatever. Somebody comboing, he'll get movement on those, movement on one-on-ones. He's solid off the snap, Bryan. I wouldn't say that he's great off the snap, but he has good get off for his size. I want him to time the snap a little bit better.
Right.
Sometimes his feet kind of get stuck and he doesn't always come off the ball as right on time as he should. But whenever he does eventually come off the ball, he does get off pretty good for his size. Best down passes, Bryan Broaddus, good motor for his size too.
Yeah.
One of my issues with him, I talked about the awareness a little bit, right? But that's not even like some guys get misdirected. Like, I'm faking this way and I go that way and they'll get lost. It'd be regular. All right, just look up. Yeah. Use your eyes and find the running back. Find what's going on around you.
Kind of makes it a personal battle with the guy sometimes.
He starts wrestling with these guys and he gets caught up in that fight. One time he got pissed off, Florida probably, and just bull rushed somebody 5 yards. Yeah. He all the way in the backfield, but the ball going that way because he didn't look around. Yeah. And I think he gets a little high sometimes, Bryan.
I think you got this guy absolutely right. And to me, this is where you mentioned about the feet getting stuck. Yeah. I talked to Drew Fabianich, who's the director of the Senior Bowl. Matter of fact, Drew will be on with us Tuesday morning as one of our guests. So we're excited about having him. And then later in the week, John Owning from Pro Football Focus will be joining us. So we're kind of running some of these draftable guys through here. And Drew was a little disappointed. This guy, Jackson, was at the East-West game, kind of saw him first there, and then didn't play in the game. And then next thing you know, he's at the Senior Bowl practices, and then he didn't play in the Senior Bowl game. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. But he kind of made the rounds. Yeah. But I think you got this guy absolutely right. I think he's going to try. He's got you watch it play against Miami. That Miami center is just getting driven back and just knocked back. I mean, it's just an all-day struggle for him. I think this guy is going to win a lot more with power than he is with anything else. Yeah. There are times where you're right. He does get stuck on blocks. You see him in a situation where where he's trying his best to get off the block, but he just, he loses track of where the ball is and things like that. So to me, I think you have to be a little bit mindful. He kind of fits into that mode, what we're talking about right now with these zero technique noses, 2-gap noses, 337 pounds. We've got them all kind of stacked in there, and it'll be interesting to see how Voch, yourself, me, and others have these guys all played out at the end. But this guy is if you want a powerful guy that just kind of gives it to you all day long as far as the effort and trying to be disruptive, this is your type of guy.
I have a high 3 on him, Bryan. A very high 3. Yeah,
I know that you and I have had this discussions about Banks from Florida, Cordelone from Cincinnati. I tend to like him maybe a little bit more than you do. I have Jackson below him, and then Orange from Oregon State.
Oregon, yeah.
Oregon State or Oregon? Oregon State.
Dominic Orange, just one of them. Yeah.
I think it's
one of them orange teams.
I'm trying to. Yeah. Did I get that wrong? I thought it was looking at it might be Oregon.
I normally remember all this.
I don't really remember
Iowa State.
Iowa State. Oh my God, what am I doing? It was all these one take. So yeah. My apologies. My apologies out there.
It's all right.
But yeah, Orange from Iowa State. So yeah, so you got Iowa State and then Jackson, Corleone, and Banks. Those are kind of my third round guys.
Yeah. I don't hate that, Brian. I don't hate that at all. I think I
can't believe I forgot that kids went to school. I thought it was Oregon State. It's the uniform color that got me there on that. Yeah, that's what got me there.
Maroon and burgundy get me.
Yeah,
all them teams run together.
Every time.
We're fleshing out this tackle room a little bit, Brian. It's a lot more ones than it is threes right now.
Yeah.
But it's all right. We'll work on that. Brian, we was talking about running back a little bit. I want you to tell us about our guy, Emmett Johnson, because you seem to like him a lot, the running back from Nebraska. You watched him earlier than I did. You kind of gave me the face that you like him a little bit, more than some of these other guys.
I do.
I watched him yesterday, Brian. I agree. But I'm gonna let you tell me what you think about him and where you got him, and I'll let you know.
I appreciate that. This is a guy, Aisha, Zach, and I. We did a little run through earlier in a couple weeks ago about the running backs, and we talked about it. And to a group, the stack really liked this particular player from Nebraska, Emmett Johnson. And he's 5'11", he's 200 pounds. I think this guy's got exceptional vision for the position.
Yeah.
I think he could set up blocks. And then once he kind of sets it up, then he could tack the hole. And I think the agility with the ability, he could run inside, he could bounce it outside. He's good inside running zone. He's good outside running zone. He could be slippery in the way he plays. He could bang through tacklers. He could run through them. He has the frame to bounce off tacklers at 5'11" and 200 pounds. He keeps his legs churning through the contact. I mentioned about the burst. He takes on a heavy workload at Nebraska. They hand him the ball, and he seems no worse for wear as a player. I love the fact that he's that volume kind of a back, and I wouldn't let that bother you if you're out there like, hey, Broaddus, whoa, wait a minute. You're giving me a back that's taking a lot of snaps. It's taking a lot of carries. I should be worried about that, right? I wouldn't worry about it with Emmett Johnson. I would say that he catches the ball well for you in space. I would worry about him a little bit as a pass protector. But the real production with this guy is with ball in hand. Hand it to him, throw it to him. His durability, his workload is impressive. He's just a tough guy overall. I have him. He's my second best back on my board right now. When you start to stack them, I do have him in the third round. I have Johnson, Price from Notre Dame, Singleton we talked about at Penn State, and Coleman from Washington was another one that we talked about.
Brian, I was conflicted about Johnson.
Yeah.
What's your Cowboy number for the third round for him?
Basically what he would be a 130.
I got him as a 128.
Okay, so you have him in the late second round is where you have him.
I got him in the twos, Brian.
Okay.
I like Emmett Johnson a lot. I think
he probably deserves. Man, I feel like right now I'm starting to see these guys around low,
Brian,
on some of these cats.
He's phenomenal as a runner.
Yeah.
Well, let me watch how I say phenomenal.
Yeah. He
was really good as a runner. You're not wrong about the vision. You're not wrong about the patience, Brian. He has some big playability too.
Yeah.
We talk about 10 yards, 10-yard runs or whatever. He got like 40 of them.
Yeah.
Something like that, Brian. He gets out into the open space, finds the hole, Brian. Even if the hole's not there, you'll see him kind of let it develop in front of him, set up some linebackers, then kind of blow through it. I think he has some one cut ability to him too. Mm-hmm. He'll get somewhere, make a cut, and be gone flying. But Brian, you mentioned it. I think as a passer, as a pass catcher, he doesn't run a whole bunch of routes.
Yeah,
he's either going to go up and hook.
Yeah.
You're going to run to the flats, a screen or something like that.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Yeah.
But he turns into a runner again after that, and he's explosive, Bryan. I think that's what separates him for me, because Coleman and Singleton, they can make big plays.
Mm-hmm.
They may get caught.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They may not make it on their own. The blocking may be good for them. They'll just get these big plays. I've seen Emmett Johnson create space. Mm-hmm. If it wasn't there, he'll create room, then get a big play off of that. That meant a lot to me. So runner, catcher, I can use him on first, second, and third. Cool. To your point, he's not the best blocker. Like he doesn't come with the most weight and thump and all that.
I think the effort is good.
He's very willing.
Yeah,
He's willing to block, and he knows who to block.
Yeah.
He just kind of get pushed around a little bit.
Yeah, he does.
You know, he got to get his base right and all this kind of stuff. But that's just coaching to me. You know what I'm saying? I got a 2 on him, Bryan. It's a low 2, but he's the only running back that I have in the 2s. I feel like he just separates himself from the guys that I have in the 3s.
Yeah, I mean, I clearly put him at the top of the 3rd. Yeah. So to me, that would be in that 1-3-0 range. So I think we're right there. But I think there's a lot of people that like Price, the second running back from Notre Dame.
I got to watch Price.
Yeah, a little bit more. But I would say that of the guys that I've watched, of the 4, Price, Singleton, Coleman, in that group, I think he's clearly the better player.
Bryan Broaddus.
Yep.
I think Chris Bell is Puka Nacua.
I think he's Des Bryant.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Bryan, I am conflicted because Puka Nacua is an all-pro, Bryan Broaddus.
Yep.
He's an all-pro.
Yep.
I don't know if Chris Bell is that or not.
Yep.
But when you watch Puka Nacua,
yep,
and you watch Chris Bell, and hell, watch Des Bryant.
Yeah.
Bryan, I think it's all in that same family, Bryan, and I'm having trouble about where I'm stacking them with these other guys because I'm biased and I like route runners.
Well,
right?
the problem is with this young man, the knee.
He hurt, guy.
He tore up his knee in November.
No,
against SMU.
He's hurt, guy. Damn.
Yeah, this whole thing is going to come down to, and I know on my board, and I was watching, and I said, listen, I'm going to watch. And I did, and that's where I came up with the Des Bryant. It reminded me so much of Des Bryant catching the ball inside and just leaving people.
Yeah.
Just turning and just physically leaving people, and physically the way that he went after the ball and the body type and the way that he runs. This guy's probably even faster than what Des Bryant ever thought about being.
Sure.
But he was very explosive, and the body type reminded me of that. And then I started working. I was watching the SMU game. And then I didn't see him in the SMU game at the end in November, and he hurt his knee. He tore his ACL against SMU late. I didn't know if you got that information.
You know, I don't care nothing about.
I know you were just watching the tape,
guy. Yeah.
So he tore his ACL in the game against SMU in November. So he's likely going to miss the entire. Well, he's going to miss the entire draft process. He's going to miss that. You're likely drafting him to play in 2027, is what it sounds like, once he's had a chance to rehab. Or he might come through halfway. I'm going to give this kid his due.
Yeah.
I'm going to give this kid his due because I put him in the 2nd round.
I got him in the 2nd as well.
And I, you know what? And listen, I put him on my board. He is highlighted red because I know that's a medical.
Hurt guy.
That's a medical hurt guy. Tate, Boston, Concepcion, Bell, Surratt, Brazil. From that's how I have my 2nd round grades right now. But I have him underneath Concepcion. But I know drafting this kid, I'm probably looking at a 2027 player. But if you watch him play,
true X receiver,
physical
off the line of scrimmage. Bryan Broaddus.
He is as tough. And he does. I mean, go ahead, Voch. I mean, you probably got him right. Exactly what
physical off the line of scrimmage. Yeah. Bryan, clear use of his hands. Knows how to get DB's hands off of him. Yeah. Pressing guys at the line of scrimmage. Finds the ball in the air. Physical with the ball in the air. Powerful hands. You'll see DBs try to rake the ball away. Yeah. And look, Bryan, there was this one-handed catch. Yeah. And the DB tried to scrape the ball off of him, and he couldn't get rid of it off of one hand. Bryan tracks the ball downfield. Tight window catcher, Bryan. Yeah. to where you'll see he's surrounded by guys.
Yeah.
And the ball will just hit him right and boom, and he just won't drop nothing, Bryan Broaddus. Red zone guy, Bryan, he doesn't have the best route running. He's not a super nuanced route runner.
Kind of why I thought he was Dez.
But if he doesn't get a bunch of separation, he's catching it anyway.
Catching it anyway, yeah.
Catching it anyway. Back shoulder, catches the ball at different points, whether it's high or it's low, in front of him, behind him. Tracks the football well, Bryan. He needs some development as a what's a RR? As a route runner. Cool.
Route runner,
as a route runner. Bryan, but he's a guy that I don't know Louisville's quarterback or whatever, right? But it seems like Louisville would just be like, all right, we need a play.
Yeah.
Run a slant or a hitch or something. And this dude's yak ability as a physical runner, Bryan, they couldn't tackle him, Bryan. Yeah. He's tough to tackle, Bryan. I've seen him take over games by himself by just catching the ball and not being tackled. I got a 2 on him. I'm putting the route runners ahead of him.
Right.
Because I'm biased, so I'm putting Surratt and Concepcion in front of him.
Sure.
But I got him over guys like Boston, and then the next round is like Lane and Burks for me.
Yeah, this was a struggle for me because I didn't know. Traditionally in the NFL, when I was working with the Packers and other teams in the 90s and the early 2000s, the injured round for taking players was like the 4th round.
Yeah.
That was the round.
We got a 4.
Yeah. That was the injured round that you took a player and then you stashed them away. The Cowboys have kind of taken injured players in the 2nd round before and then kind of stashed them away. This kid's special. He really is. He's played his entire career at Louisville. And I said he reminded me of Dez Bryant, the body type, the way he attacks the ball, the crossing routes, the run after catch, the violence that he plays. There's some finish to this kid's game. Mm-hmm. You watch the Miami game, and they throw him the ball twice underneath, and it's up the field for 2 touchdowns. And you're like going, my gosh, they can't tackle this guy.
Yeah.
You mentioned the back shoulder throws, his size is a problem for the majority of the defenders he faces. Yeah. I don't think he's a twitchy guy.
Was he 6'2", 220 or something?
That's him. And there were some times, I think his hands are good. There were a couple of times on tape where I wasn't sure if he double caught the ball. Like across, kind of that adjusting on it as he's going. Yeah. But his hands are good enough. Yeah. The ACL is the question now. That's where do you put him? Where do you place him? I'm going to give this kid his due. He is just on his ability, he's a 2nd-round player. Yeah. Jeez, might even like him late 1 if you really like that kind of a receiver, because he would probably have run really, really well too. But the ACL injury late in the SMU game in November is going to put his 2026 season in some doubt. So give the players due, but understand that if somebody's going to take this guy, if they take him for the future, they're probably going to get a kid that's going to be pretty damn good.
Pretty damn good, man.
Yep.
Let him get some more weight room and keep getting strong.
Yep.
Get his knee right. Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Bryan, we got 2 more here.
Uh-huh.
Why don't you tell us about Max Iheanachor?
Yep.
It could be Iheanachor. I don't know. It's one of them. But tell us about Max Iheanachor.
I think you got this one right.
Iheanachor.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get to the feature presentation, which is going to take a while. But go ahead, Bryan.
Yeah.
Max Iheanachor, the offense tackle from Arizona State.
I love this kid, by the way.
Oh, me too, Bryan.
I do. And I think that, to me, where Max is interesting, this is probably one of the most unique stories I've ever heard in scouting. This guy didn't start playing football till 2021. He's from Nigeria. He's a soccer player. He was a basketball player. He went to school at East Los Angeles Junior College as a basketball.
That's not a real school.
Yeah, real school. East Los Angeles Junior College. But he played soccer. He played basketball. He's an amazing athlete. Yeah. He's 6'6". He's 325. And you could see when you watch him play, that the game is not too big for him. You go back and watch, Kenny Dillingham, the coach at Arizona State, runs a pretty significant. Well, I say this offense that is very much it's not just a basic type of offense. There's some cerebral thought to the way they block and the way that they run it. And so you can't just be a guy that's all of a sudden like in there and not knowing what you're doing. Max knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
this guy he's very, very raw from his experience and technique, but every day you could kind of see, like watching from game to game to game to game, he got better.
Yeah.
Got better as the season. And then by the time he got to the Senior Bowl, again, I was talking to Drew Fabianich about him this weekend. And this just shows you what this kid's all about. He was voted the best offensive lineman by his teammate at the Senior Bowl practices. And he was so humbled by the experience, he wanted Jake Slaughter from Florida. He felt like Jake Slaughter was the one that deserved the award. He said, no, Jake deserves this award. I don't deserve it. I mean,
what a guy.
And Drew's like, no, you were voted. Your peers thought you. And he goes, no, he's just that kind of kid. And he's got beautiful footwork for the position. And you can see the basketball background in that way. He's able to kick, slide, mirror. He's learning how to load and then reload with his feet, his hands. He's able to adjust in space. The length really helps him. There was some times in some of the Senior Bowl practices you could watch where they bulled him a little bit, and then he learned, okay, length, sit play with power. And from that point on, they didn't get him. He's naturally strong. He's got a nasty side to himself as a run blocker. You could, again, watch the Senior Bowl game if you want, or just watch the last game he played in. And his team, they were running the ball on the outside, and it was behind him the whole time.
Yeah,
is what they were doing. His double team blocks, his combo blocks, everything was really, really good about this guy. So he's a finisher. I can only see this guy getting better. And he had a shoulder that you need to check on. He had shoulder surgery in the spring that before the season that didn't bother him at all for the fall. So, but something that probably teams were going to check on. I have this young man in the second round, and I have him behind Proctor, and I have him ahead of Lomo from Utah. Is what I have. I like Proctor. I like me. I like big guys. I like power. I know the inexperience. I know it's probably, man, you're kidding yourself about that. Lomo from Utah. He's a fine player, but give me those two guys. Give me Proctor. Give me Max as the two guys that I really, really like on the second round there. I think he's gonna go in the second round. I think somebody's gonna take a shot at this kid.
Now, Brian, I'm always talking about floor and ceiling guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the highest floor right now because he's learning football. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I didn't know that he played at Los Angeles High School Community College. What'd you say, man? I didn't know.
Los Angeles Junior College.
I guess, man. I didn't know he played there.
Yeah, that's where you got to start.
But you can watch him as an offensive line, and you can see some of the. He doesn't quite know how to play tackle all the way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just some nuances of tackle that's just not quite there. Mm-hmm. But one thing that you can't take away from him right now is he can mirror Bryan Broaddus.
Yep.
He's got active feet, and he can mirror his ass off. He don't know what to do with his hands all the time, but he knows how to do two things. He can mirror, and he can tactically lean on people.
Yeah.
Sometimes he lean too much, and that lean to get on him. Yeah. He'll get off balance or whatever. But in the passing game, he's always getting to his landmark, Brian. If it's an outside zone type team that's gonna take him, he's gonna fit perfectly with that with that cast of characters, Bryan Broaddus, because he's gonna reach, he's gonna be athletic, he's gonna climb to the second level. He can scoop, he can down block, Brian. He can do all those blocks. You just want, and I think he's powerful, but the technique don't bring the power with him all the time.
Sure.
I think he needs to learn these techniques that'll allow him to be more powerful, or just to not rely on like brute just power all the time, Brian. But for him to be as productive as he was, and he doesn't quite know football yet, that made me bump him up an extra round. Because just based off the film, I was thinking like a 3 on him, right? But I like upside too.
Sure.
I'm ceiling guy. It sounds like I don't like ceiling upside guys. I like room to grow. I just want you to be decent right now. I think he's cool right now. I think he got so much more to go, Brian. Now, this is what separates him between him and Lomu a little bit. Because I got you. It's Noah for Noah in the first. Second round, I got Proctor. I got Freeling, because Freeling does give me a little bit of more of a floor.
By the way, real quick.
Please.
You've talking to scouts over the weekend, you're going to be absolutely right about moving the Iowa kid to guard.
Dunker.
Dunker.
There's a lot of people saying that.
Everybody. I asked to a man, because you and I had that discussion last week.
Yeah.
And they're like, this guy's guard.
He's a
guard.
Yep.
So thank you, sir, for seeing that vision.
Sound about right. The thing about Max Iheanachor, I think his ceiling versus Lomu.
Yeah.
I don't think Lomu got a lot more room to grow.
Yeah.
I think Lomu is what he is right now.
So too.
I think Iheanachor has plenty room to grow. But I will say, Romello Height beat the shit out of both of them.
Yeah.
If you want to go, look, Romello Height has played against all the competition, which makes me keep moving him up the board.
Yeah.
I say, oh, they played against Texas Tech. Let me see.
Yeah.
Somehow he was better against David Bailey.
Yeah.
Somehow.
He did a really good job, and you're right about Height. Height, you could watch. Height is a good litmus test for a lot of people.
Sure.
If you could get a game and you're looking at an offensive lineman that has to block Height, because Height knows how to play with the lean
Switch ups.
explodes. He knows he could spin on you. Yep. He's going to do a lot. But you're right.
Iheanachor.
Yes, he did a much better job against Bailey than I thought he'd get against Height. I think you're right about that.
It's time for the feature presentation, Bryan Broaddus. I sent you a text.
You put this guy in the second round, though?
Iheanachor, I got him in the second. He'll probably be like a mid to late second guy.
Yeah,
like a
I think so, too.
126, 127 type guy.
I like what you said about Lomo and where he is, that he's kind of who he is. This guy's got a chance.
Ton of room to grow.
A ton of room, yeah.
I text you, Bryan.
Yeah, you did.
I was watching, you know what I'm saying, Super Bowl, Cowboys. Yeah. If the Cowboys in the Super Bowl, I'd be watching all the lead-up interviews. Yeah. I'd be out drinking somewhere, getting arrested. You know what I'm saying? I'd be,
call me for bail money?
I'd be in jail, Bryan. Hey, Bryan, can you write a check to these, to the, you know what I mean?
I would. I'd get you out.
Bryan, I was watching film, and I took a look at Jake Goliday, the linebacker from Cincinnati.
Did you tell me not to look at all the playing in the slot and playing detached and all that stuff away?
Bryan, I wasn't prepared for there to be more linebackers, man. PFF got to talk to their peoples, man. Because, just based on how they got these guys ranked a little bit, you would think that Jake Goliday finna go way in round 4 or something like that. Man, Bryan, I'm watching Jake Goliday. What my Jake Goliday report? Bryan, I'm watching Jake Goliday. And I've watched like 6 games on him.
Yeah.
Because I had to try to figure him out.
And try to figure out this guy from Central Arkansas, right?
I had to try to figure him out. Bryan, I don't know what it is about these linebackers that can diagnose real good.
He does that.
I don't know what it is. Let me just go ahead and move him over C.J. Allen, man. I was up here just BSing. Let me just go ahead and move him on top of C.J. Allen real quick. Bryan, I don't know what it is about these linebackers that process real good and they real smart, but then they can run. Jake Goliday.
Do you have Allen as an outside linebacker?
I got him as a Mike.
And in Golding, you play as a Mike linebacker as well.
I think he's better at will, and I'm going to talk about where you play him in a little bit.
Okay.
But you can play him at Mike, yes sir.
Okay.
Jake Goliday has the athleticism that some of these other guys have.
Oh, you're about to tell me.
I feel like a lot of linebackers have either or.
You're about to tell me he's got better athletic ability than some guys in your past, aren't you?
Well, Bryan, my last 2 favorite linebackers.
They've both been great players.
Peyton Wilson.
Yeah.
He ended up going to Pittsburgh from NC State.
5th round. Some garbage because of injuries.
If they listen to Brother Voch, we'd have been fine at linebacker. And Carson Swessinger, who just won
you did love him.
Defensive Rookie of the Year with Cleveland.
Yeah.
I thought you said Dad was in Cleveland.
Yeah.
He can't be in Cleveland. You don't know the movie reference. He can't be in Cleveland.
Why do you even do that?
Huh?
Why do you even give movie references when I don't even know? You know I don't watch movies. The only movies I watch are like when there's 22 players on the field.
He can't be in Cleveland. Bryan, Carson Swessinger. What I like about Peyton Wilson and Carson Swessinger is how smart they were.
You did say that.
They were so smart.
How smart?
Oh,
you
Bryan.
don't know that reference.
That's how smart is he? I know
okay, there we go. All right, there we go.
They didn't need to have the knockout athleticism that some of their peers had. Jahad Campbell from Alabama that last year, right? Yeah. He had some knockout athleticism. Yeah. But man, Swessinger was better because he was smarter, Bryan.
Yeah.
I think Jake Goliday has a rare opportunity to be just as smart as those last 2 linebackers that we talked about, but he's just as athletic as we talk about the Anthony Hills.
Yeah.
We talk about how athletic, Sonny and them are. Yeah. I think athletically, he's right there with him, Brian. And he's 6'4", 240. He bigger than them. And he runs just as good, Brian. I'm watching Jake Goliday. The first play I see, I don't even see him. Because I go, okay, well.
He's off the screen like Ed Reed.
I say, let me go to the cartel view. That's the end zone view.
End zone.
The butts. Pause. I say, man, let me, and I can't find him.
Yeah.
I said, what number is he? I said, where he at? I don't see him.
Number 11. He's like out there. Yeah.
Look at he's lined up at nickel.
Yeah. He's over in the slot.
Like 7 plays in a row.
Yeah.
I say, what are he doing out there?
Was it 3-5-3 thing that they play nowadays?
That old nonsense, Brian. They play him out in the nickel a bunch. Yeah. And then he walked in and played some box safety type area. I say, phew. And they put him at will. I say, phew. And they put him at edge. I say, phew. And they put him at Mike Bryan. I say, phew.
All right. I get what you're doing here.
But
power rank them. I mean, give me the ranking. Stack them from the
sure. Yeah. Will, Mike, nickel, strong, edge.
Okay. Stack him with Schlesinger and that crew that of your linebacker loves.
It might be Schlesinger, Goliday, Peyton Wilson. I like Schlesinger so much, man. Carson was so good.
Yeah.
I think Schlesinger better than Goliday because Schlesinger's too smart.
Schlesinger 227 is making like every tackle, right?
All of them. I think Goliday is in that same category with them.
So you put him above Peyton. See, I loved Peyton Wilson.
I love Peyton Wilson.
Yeah.
I love damn Peyton Wilson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I think his athleticism sets him apart a little bit. I think Schlesinger's the smartest out of all of them. I think Goliday is the most athletic. And I think the athleticism means something to me. You know what I mean? But Brian, size and speed combo, closing burst is ridiculous. Diagnoses the run game really well. Solid as a zone cover guy.
Yeah.
I don't want a man covering nobody.
No.
So you can be selective with how you use him in the nickel or whatever, Brian. But if you got him in the nickel to help in the run game with you, and he's playing zone from nickel, he ain't bad there. I see the vision. I just like him much better at linebacker. I think he'll be best when he gets to run free. Brian, it's times where, say they're running like inside zone to the left.
Yeah.
Brian, I see him step up, and I see him rip under a blocker or something because he's 240. He's 6'4", 240. I see him rip under blockers, get square, get down, and and box him out, and go make a tackle. I've seen the blocker get in front of him, and he slipped. Brian, because look, Brian, look. And he slipped behind the blocker.
I can't make eye contact with you right now.
Behind the motherfucker, and he get down and make the tackle there. Brian, sometimes I see him get square and stack up with the damn. I say, all right, because he big, Brian. He's fearless down there with them blockers. Yeah. He doesn't get misdirected easily. If he does, because it's happened before, he's fast with closing bursts.
Do you worry?
Nope. Go ahead.
Do you worry? He plays so detached, so much in the slot.
Oh, I got you, Brian.
That if he played more snaps inside, that people would figure him out.
No, Brian. I think you should take him away from nickel. Don't let him play nickel. I wouldn't let him play nickel.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's by playing out, he's not getting exposed.
I don't know. I don't think it's because there are plays where he's lined up at Will and Mike.
Yeah.
And he's not in man coverage per se, but I know a mesh is right here.
Yeah. Oh, no, he's aware.
I know something's behind me.
Oh, no, you and I were having this discussion on Twitter, text about, like, you're like, I think he sees I think the one thing he does is he plays with awareness.
Sure, I agree.
That part, I mean, you definitely see, like, I'm looking, there's something behind me I need to be aware of.
It was one play, Brian. He saw like the receiver coming his way.
Yeah.
And he felt that he was giving too much space to the inside. And he stepped in.
Yeah.
Kenneth Murray didn't have it. You ain't got to be a great man cover guy, but just be aware of how much space you giving. And that's half the fight, Brian. Yeah. Brian, they pass rush him from edge, but
He was a defensive end.
I think he's a better blitzer. I think he's better blitzing as a linebacker because then he gets the running start and the closing burst.
Right.
I don't want him as an edge because then in the run game he kind of get pushed around a little bit. But Brian, I said if you take away his edge, you take away the strong, you take away the nickel play, and just look at the plays of him playing linebacker, Brian. I got a 127 on him, and it might be higher than that.
I knew you were going to do that.
It might be higher than that, Brian.
Do that. I knew you were going to do that.
I'm erasing that right now. He's a 1-2-3 because I'll take him in at 40-something.
Yeah.
If the Cowboys trade back and get a pick at 42, that's about a 1-2-4.
What do you do then? What are you going to do then with Overshown?
I'm leaving him at will, and I'm playing Goliday and Mike because Goliday can do both. Goliday can do both.
You think Goliday could play the Mike linebacker?
I think Goliday can do both. I think he could play strong too, but we don't do that. So in Christian Parker context, I think the linebacker position is going to be ambiguous because you got the outside rusher guys.
Yeah.
So you really just got two middle. Your job is to just run around at that point.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to play traditional. Mike needs to be bigger. Will can be smaller. I think you just need two linebackers that can run, and I think that's Goliday and Overshown right now. I think that's Goliday and Overshown. If I wasn't such a coward, Brian. If I wasn't a fucking coward, I'd take him at 20, but I'm a coward. I'm going to be like, man, can we trade back and get another pick and take him at 29 or something? I'm a coward, Brian. But Carson Schwesinger's another guy I was a coward about.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I'll see him.
Do you think this guy's better than Carson? No, you didn't say it. You didn't say that.
I think he's in that family. I think he's better than Wilson, but I think Goldie's in that same family as Carson. And Carson went 33rd overall, Brian. You know what I'm saying?
See, the thing that bothered me was
if you take Carson Schwesinger at 20th overall, you don't hate taking that pick. I know he's a linebacker.
If they redrafted this thing, Carson Schwesinger would be a first-round man.
If you take him 20 and he gets Defensive Rookie of the Year, you don't give a damn.
Yeah.
So I'm over all this politicking with the board that we're doing for real. Not me and you, but that people do. Oh, I would rather get another pick. Man, take him at 20.
Yeah.
If you like
him, take him at 20.
I feel good about Goldie, Brian.
Yeah.
Goliday. How you say it? Ain't Goldie.
Goliday. Yeah.
I don't know. I like him, Brian.
We'll learn.
I like him. I like him more than Dunker. I like him over Proctor. I like him over Surratt and Concepcion. I like him over Sadiq.
So is he going to be, when you stack this guy, this guy sounds like if you have 15 first-round grades, this is 16,
21.
21.
2021.
2021.
20 or something like that.
So you're okay with taking him. You just said it. You just said it. You're okay with taking him at 20.
Yeah. Because look, what I just did, I got 12 ones right now. And when I do quarterbacks, that'll be 13.
Yeah.
I got 12. That should be 13. Yeah. I just went down the highest player of each unit that I have in a second.
Yeah.
Surratt, Sadiq, Proctor, Dunker, Lou, Emmett Johnson. Him and Cassius might be a conversation.
Yeah.
I'll take him over Peter Woods. I like him more than Peter Woods. Cisse, it might be a conversation with him and Cisse.
Yeah.
Him and Thieneman is a conversation, Brian. But that's three guys out of all my leading second round guys that I'll think about it with Goldie.
Yeah.
I'll take this dude late one, Brian. That's where I'm at with it. What you think about it?
You know what?
What you wrote? Go ahead.
There's a lot of things that you brought up that are absolutely factual. And like I said, he did start his career as a defensive end.
Sure.
So, there's not a lot of time on task of playing linebacker. I do think he's a will linebacker in the 4-3. I do. I think he would be a better will linebacker. I'm going to let him run than play him as a Mike myself. But there are things that you have to kind of know about this guy that you absolutely mentioned. He's got the length. He could be a hard player to read, in my opinion, because he plays so detached.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the problem I have.
I told you, though, ignore them reps, though.
Yeah.
Just ignore them reps. Yeah.
But see, you're trying to project the guy to what he's going to do, and I don't disagree with you about the ability. I just don't. I did respect this guy. His training was as a pass rusher. You could see that. You could see the awareness, the way he plays. He's looking for crossers. He's looking for receivers. He's going to play with a great deal of passion, too. I mean, he takes a lot of pride in. I mean, there are stops that were made on third down that he was involved in. I mean, you could tell immediately that he has that. I think he's a stay-at-home player assignment, don't get fooled type of player when it comes to that. Yep. I do think his aggressive style will get him in trouble at times because there will be times where he will overrun plays.
Sure.
He will overrun a tackle. And I thought, okay, well, but there's plenty of times where it's impressive that he's just getting there, with how he's done. I just don't see a guy that's played a lot of linebacker. It's kind of like the offensive tackle. We were just here. I am elevating an offensive tackle into the second round who hadn't played football, has been just playing football since 2021. And here I'm kind of dinging a guy who hasn't played a lot of linebacker.
That's why these convos so important, Brian. You know what I'm saying? Because we can, we watch the film separately, but we work this out together. You know what I mean?
No, I talked to some NFL scouts about this guy.
Sure.
And there were some scouts there's one scout. I reached out to two that I knew were in the area. And one scout got back to me, the other didn't get back to me. The one scout did, he said he had him in the third.
Yeah.
You got him solidly in the second, potential bottom of the first.
Yeah.
They have him in the third, I have him in the top of the fourth, is where I've got him myself.
Yeah.
Now, this is the issue that I have.
Sure.
This is the issue that I have, is like I say, I'm just not sure that, if I was thinking for the Cowboys, do I have this player already?
Yeah.
Do I have this player in Overshown?
I think you can never have too many.
I don't know if I could project him to Mike linebacker like you did.
Sure.
I left him as an outside linebacker on my board. Am I likely too low on him as a fourth round grade? You're going to look at me and say, you're damn right you're too low. But we're always going to say he's somewhere in between. The room is likely, and I'm going to say this, the room is likely going to go with you on this one. Yeah. The room is likely going to go with you on this one. The questions I had about him is, I was just trying to think about him as for the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah. If I've got a guy that I feel like that with Overshown. And you've taught me something. One of the best things you've ever taught me was the redundancy thing.
Redundancy, yeah.
But sometimes you redundancy, but maybe this guy can play. I can't project him to play Mike linebacker.
It's a thin line between I'm trying to avoid redundancies and it's so good I'll take two of them.
Yeah.
You can use another Overshown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if we talking about in just Cowboy land in particular, think about what the traditional idea of Mike is. You may want your Mike to be a little bigger because he's in the middle. He may deal with some blocks, A-gap stuff. Man, we got Quentin Williams in there, Brian. Yeah. It might be a little different for us. You know what I'm saying? If we're traditional Cowboys that we don't, if Mozzie was one tech, you might want your Mike to be a little bigger.
Yeah.
Quentin Williams in there. Kenny Clark in there, Osa in there. And I think that gives you a little more latitude to have a smaller line. He ain't
small.
No. He's 240.
He's not Swessinger small.
He bigger than Overshown. You know what I mean? He bigger than all them cats.
Yeah.
So I think you let him play Mike in an attempt to get two good guys on the field.
Yeah.
Two run, hit, and can cover guys on the field. I'll put Overshown in the middle for a little bit. I wouldn't leave him there, but I'll put him in the middle sometimes. Yeah. Just if you want to, blitz Goliday from the outside, if you want to put Goliday on the edge or something, like let Goliday run free some. But I think you having a top-tier defensive tackle group gives you a lot of room, a lot of wiggle room with how you want to navigate linebackers. Plus, if I'm keeping the buck with you, Brian, if I could just be real for a minute, Overshown time ain't promised here. Overshown ain't played a healthy season for us.
No, you're not wrong.
You know what I'm saying?
Nope, you're not wrong.
So if Goliday is a 4-year conversation, I can't promise you Overshown going to be here.
Yeah.
I can't.
No, see, that's the thing about it is, and it goes back to that whole thing with all these different defensive coordinators. He was a favorite of this guy, and this next guy was a favorite of that guy. There's a favorite of that guy. This guy is a hell of a football player. And I appreciate the fight. Me personally, I see what you see in the player. I don't know if I can project him to a Mike linebacker. Yeah. I just don't.
And that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Because honestly, I can't neither. But I think he's good enough to where you go, all right, I got to find a way to make you work.
Yeah.
I got to find a way to make this work. Kenny Clark ain't really a one.
But the way you explain it,
the
way you explain it though, with the guys in front,
sure,
you can maybe get away with that.
You can get away with smaller linebackers because you're so stout up the middle. We'll talk about it, Brian. We're gonna keep talking about. Have y'all seen Jake Goliday? I'm sure you have. Y'all in the 7th round. You know they way ahead of us. We just catching up to y'all. But man,
people have him in the 7th.
No, I'm saying like people have been watching film longer than us.
Yeah.
So they've watched Goldie like a while ago. Yeah. And like they're on to 7th round players now.
Okay, I see.
Like me and you. In the we about to hit 100 or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But they probably in the 2s or whatever. But go in the comments and let us know what y'all think about Jay Gold. I think this is a conversation.
I'd love to read the comments about that.
Sure.
But like you say, I kind of feel like that maybe this thing is going to turn into where he's going to stack is likely closer to where you've got him than where I've got him.
I think he's gonna have a hell of a combine too. I think he's gonna have a stupid good combine.
Yeah,
and that's gonna matter.
Yeah,
that's gonna matter.
You're on it, man.
Hey, y'all, this is what we need from y'all. CrownGlobeMedia.com. If you have any questions, Voch, where's this? Where's that?
We got our shorts now too.
Where's the merch? Where's the? You know what I'm saying? We're building multiple channels now.
Yeah.
We have a Crown Global Clips page. So if you're one of those hooligans that like to miss shows, I know y'all don't miss shows, but if you're one of them people, you go, damn, boy, I missed the show, but I want to know what y'all said about Caleb Downs.
Yeah.
Go to the Clips page, and there's a Caleb Downs video there of me and Brian having our conversation about Caleb Downs. So that link is going to be in the description, and it's going to be on the website. You know what I'm saying? So everything that you need, hey, Voch, where's the audio link? Where's this? Where can I find it on this platform? Where can I find the social media pages? On CrownGlobeMedia.com. So go check that out. He's still Crown Global Media on Twitter.
I'm getting closer, I think.
You're getting closer.
I'm getting closer.
He said that 2 weeks ago.
I'm getting closer to probably not having this thing anymore.
Hey, something going to happen.
Yeah.
That's Bryan Broaddus. That's Crown Global Media on Twitter. I'm Voch Lombardi on Twitter. Tomorrow we're going to have a guest, Drew Fabianich.
Drew Fabianich, the director of the Senior Bowl, is going to join us.
We're going to talk to Brother Drew. And Brian may have a question or two after.
I always have a question or two for that. Yeah, I always do.
But stay tuned and we'll talk about it tomorrow. Go in the comments. We really want to know what y'all think about Jay Goldie or any other players that we talked about today. But we definitely want to hear what you say about Goldie. All right? We'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Crown.